Welcome to the third module of the Grassroots webinar. In the first module, we've presented an overview of the WBSC, the Coach Commission Project, and the role of the coach at the entry level. In the second module, we went through a proper way to warm up along with the correct foundational fundamentals of catching and throwing. In the third module, the focus will be on fielding ground balls and catching fly balls. Let's start with the presentation. To keep it simple, as you can see in the pictures, we have split the action of fielding or catching a ball into 4 phases: rest, set, ready, and fielding or catching position. The player should assume a rest and comfortable position when the pitcher is not on the rubber and the batter is outside of the batter's box. With set position, we are talking about the moment where the pitcher, could be a teammate or the coach, is on the rubber and ready to pitch. In T-ball, the set position occurs when the batter steps into the batter's box. We want the player to keep an athletic and balanced position with the eyes in the direction of the pitcher or the ball. With ready position, we refer to the moment right after the pitcher has delivered the ball before the pitch reaches home plate. The player has to move quickly to get into the best position to react promptly, normally doing a right-left steps for a righty. Fielding or catching position is when the player is already in the action of fielding, catching the ball. Let's see first how to field a ground ball. The child should have their hands out in front with a wide base and with a glove that creates a triangle with their 2 feet. When catching a routine fly ball, make sure the child gets their body in the proper position while getting ready to catch the ball, when possible, with 2 hands and track the ball all the way into their glove. The child should have both of their hands out in front and above their forehead, elbows slightly bent, and fingers pointed towards the sky with their thumbs together. It is very important to understand that we are teaching the children of this level how to catch a routine fly ball. When there is a fly ball that requires the outfielder to catch the ball on the run, they will not use 2 hands. Please note the sentence at top right of the slide. Rotate your players. Give them the chance to try every position on the field. This is extremely important. When the players have experience at every position on the field, they have a deeper understanding of the game, which will result in better players. There are a lot of drills that you can use to improve the fielding abilities of your kids. Here we will show 3 drills. On the left of the screen, there's a drill called fumble. The coach should roll the ball to the player everywhere within 2 cones. The player has to move his feet and be in front of the ball to create a triangle between the ball and their feet and allow for the ball to pass through his legs. This drill is used to better emphasize the player's body and feet placement in relation to the ground ball. This drill will also help to improve the player's agility while working on their visualization of the ball. In the center of the screen is the next drill called rolls. Each child must pair up and then stand across from their partner. Once all of the children are paired up, each couple will begin to roll one another ground balls. The goal of this exercise is to work on the fundamentals of fielding a ground ball while creating a fun competition for the children. The couple that fields the most ground balls without fumbling in the designated amount of time that has been decided by the coach, which can be 60 seconds to 2 minutes, is the winning couple. This drill will force the kids to be fast, move their feet, and release the ball quickly. On the right side of the screen is the final drill called full sequence. The kids will execute the fundamentals of fielding, which will be split into 3 phases. In the first phase, the kids will start on their knees while focusing on the proper upper body movements. In the second phase, the kids will stand up and field the ball exactly the same way as phase 1 and will not utilize their footwork. In phase 3, the kids will remain standing but will incorporate the proper footwork. In this phase, the kids will field the ball and then set their feet before stepping and throwing. As already mentioned, there are other drills to help a kid improve their fielding abilities. A simple and effective drill that can be done alone is rebound. A player can throw a ball against the wall at various distances and work on fielding the ball with the proper setup and footwork before gathering themselves to imitate a throw towards their intended target. Let's turn our focus to catching a fly ball. The first drill on the top center of the screen is called headshot. You can use any kind of ball that is not hard. Just toss the ball in the air and force the child to hit the ball with their forehead, trying to direct the ball towards their coach. You can also add an additional degree of difficulty to this drill by tossing the ball from a few steps behind the player. This will force the player to move their feet in order to get their body behind the ball and keep the ball out in front, or even toss the ball on the left or right side of the player to force them to shuffle to either side. This drill will emphasize to the players the importance of moving their feet and feeling the ball out in front of their body. On the top right of the screen is a second drill called fly ball self-throw, barehanded. The kids, while walking, toss the ball high in the air and follow it with their eyes. Once the ball is falling down, they will have to catch the ball with their bare hands and with the proper body position. The third video on the bottom center of the screen is called fly ball self-throw with your glove. This is the same drill as the previous drill, but this time the players will use their glove. The last drill on the bottom right of the screen is called the seated partner throws. Every kid has a partner seated in front, legs crossed 3 to 5 meters apart. The player will throw the ball in the air to their partner, who will then catch the ball with their glove, using 2 hands whenever possible. On the left of the screen, we have another fly ball drill called the fly ball knee drill. The children will start with a knee on the ground. When the coach tosses the ball in the air, the child will stand up and catch the ball with the proper body and hand movements. This drill will force the players to use their feet and go towards the ball in order to catch it instead of remaining stationary. At the center of the screen, we have a drill called the fly ball ready position. The coach will tell the kid to assume the ready position and will then toss the ball into the air. The player will then have to go to the ball and catch it. This drill will better mimic a game situation and force the player to catch the ball in the same way as it will happen in the game. On the right side of the screen, you will see the last drill called the running catch on a shallow fly ball. The kids will start a few meters away from the coach. When the coach tosses the ball into the air in front of him, the player has to sprint and with the glove's arm extended, catch the ball before it touches the ground, same as it will happen in the game on a shallow fly ball. As you can understand after watching all of these drills, we are using a didactic progression in terms of technical difficulties of the exercises, starting from the simplest to get to the most challenging. Obviously, there are other drills that can be used to teach both how to field ground balls and catch fly balls. This is the end of this third module of the Grassroots webinar. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, it's game time.